Every single day, an astonishing amount of money moves through the systems at JPMorgan Chase. The number is more than 10 trillion. It is a figure so large it is hard to comprehend. This money represents the lifeblood of the global economy, flowing between countries, companies, individuals. For years, human hands and simple software managed this flow, but today, a new kind of intelligence is at work. It can learn, it can adapt, it can make decisions on its own. This new technology is called Agentic AI. It is fundamentally different from older, more rigid banking software. Think of the difference between a simple calculator and an experienced financial advisor. The calculator performs the calculations you tell it to. The advisor understands broader financial goals. At JPMorgan, it is used to detect fraud, manage investments, write software code. This is not science fiction. It is modern finance, happening now. The transition to this era is not taken lightly. The stakes are immense. A mistake in a system handling 10 trillion a day could be catastrophic. That is why JPMorgan's AI story is not just about technology. It is about leadership, massive investment, and a deliberate, cautious approach. It is a high-wire act on a global scale. This is serious business. At the center of this transformation is one of the longest-serving leaders in finance, Jamie Dimon. He has been the CEO of JPMorgan Chase since 2005, guiding the bank through financial crises and technological revolutions. He sees it as something more fundamental, comparing its potential impact to that of the printing press, the steam engine, and electricity. These were technologies that did not just improve existing processes, they reordered society itself. This is not just talk. Dimon's calendar reflects this priority. He reportedly dedicates time every single day to understanding the progress and risks associated with the bank's AI initiatives. He also participates in regular high-level meetings focused specifically on AI strategy and governance. He works in close partnership with the bank's Chief Information Officer, Lori Beer. This direct involvement from the very top sets the tone for the entire organization. The people using the technology must also evolve. JPMorgan has invested heavily in upskilling its workforce. Tens of thousands of employees, by some counts around 50,000, have undergone some form of AI training. The goal is to create a culture of AI literacy, where employees understand what the tools can do and when to question their outputs. The bank has established formal oversight bodies to ensure every AI project is vetted for risk, compliance, and ethical considerations. When a project encounters a problem, the protocol is not to hide it, but to analyze it, fix it, and share the lessons learned. This combination of top-down leadership, widespread training, and careful iteration forms the human foundation upon which the bank's AI ambitions are built. It's a big effort. Harnessing the power of AI at the scale of JPMorgan Chase requires an almost unimaginable level of investment. The numbers are staggering. In 2023, 15 billion. For 2024, 17 billion. The projected spending for 2025 is even higher, approaching 18 billion. A significant portion of this capital is being channeled directly into building the infrastructure needed for advanced AI. This includes constructing massive data centers, migrating applications to the cloud, and hiring thousands of specialists. A key part of this technological overhaul has been the bank's massive push to the cloud. Today, about 70% of the bank's applications now run in this cloud environment. This migration creates the digital factory floor where the AI systems are built and operated. The bank is now running more than 450 generative AI use cases. Systems that help wealth managers analyze client portfolios. Tools that automatically generate and check software code. The bank has publicly stated that these AI initiatives have already generated about $1.5 billion in business value and productivity gains. This is not a big bang approach. The rollout is staged and deliberate. One of the earliest successes was Loxim, which executes stock trades in a way that minimizes market impact. The lessons learned from Loxim have been invaluable, informing the bank's approach to data management and risk control. This strategy of starting with contained projects, learning from them, and scaling successes is a hallmark of JPMorgan's methodical approach. That's how they build the engine. Artificial intelligence, at its core, is powered by data. JPMorgan Chase operates on a scale that provides it with a colossal data advantage. The bank currently manages roughly 50 petabytes. To put that in perspective, 1 petabyte is 1 million gigabytes. It is an almost incomprehensible volume of information, capturing decades of transactions, market movements, customer interactions. In fraud detection, AI systems can analyze millions of transactions in real time looking for subtle patterns. These patterns are often too complex or too fast-moving for human analysts to catch on their own. Similarly, in credit risk, AI models can assess a far wider range of variables than traditional credit scores, leading to fairer and more accurate lending decisions. This ability to turn raw data into actionable intelligence is a key source of competitive advantage. However, deploying these powerful models into the real world is a process fraught with risk. A model that works perfectly in a lab can fail when exposed to the chaotic conditions of live financial markets. For this reason, JPMorgan follows a highly structured and cautious deployment process. New AI projects are typically launched in limited capacity first. Their performance is monitored obsessively by teams of human experts looking for any signs of trouble, such as biased outcomes, performance degradation over time, a phenomenon known as model drift. This creates a feedback loop where lessons from live deployment improve the models before scaling up. That's really the idea. The power of AI brings with it a new frontier of risks. These are not just technical problems. They are deep ethical and societal challenges. An AI model trained on historical data can inadvertently learn and perpetuate human biases in race, gender, income. The complex black box nature of some models makes it hard to explain decisions, a major concern for regulators. JPMorgan is acutely aware of these dangers and has built an extensive governance framework to address them. The bank established a formal AI Governance Council, a group of senior leaders from across the firm: risk, compliance, legal, ethics, technology. The council sets bank-wide policies and standards for responsible AI. A core principle is human in the loop. For critical customer-impacting decisions, the AI cannot have the final say. A human expert must always be in a position to review, question, override the machine's recommendation. The bank invests in explainability tools, which translate a model's complex logic into a form humans can understand. The framework includes protocols for testing, incident response, vendor management. Before deployment, models face intense testing to check for biases, vulnerabilities, performance issues. If an incident occurs, a response plan will investigate the root cause, mitigate the impact, prevent it from happening again. The bank audits third-party vendors to ensure their AI tools are safe and compliant. That's how they try to keep things steady. The story of JPMorgan Chase's journey into artificial intelligence is ultimately a story of balance. Making bold, multi-billion-dollar investments in transformative technology while simultaneously building a fortress of governance and risk management around it. The early results, including $1.5 billion in business value and enhanced capabilities, suggest this balanced approach is working. This success is the product of a deliberate strategy built on three key pillars. First, engaged leadership from the very top. Second, massive investment in core technological infrastructure, cloud, data, talent. Third, a comprehensive framework for ethics, risk, and governance that puts safety and accountability on par with innovation. It is the combination of these elements that forms the bank's protective moat in the age of AI. Looking ahead, the challenges will only grow more complex. The technology of agentic AI is still in its early days. As these systems become more autonomous and powerful, the risks of unforeseen behavior will increase. The regulatory landscape will continue to evolve as governments grapple with machines that can think and act on their own. The guardrails that work today will need to be constantly reevaluated and strengthened for tomorrow's technologies. JPMorgan's approach provides a potential blueprint for how large institutions can navigate the AI revolution. It demonstrates that it is possible to be both ambitious and cautious, to innovate at speed while maintaining respect for risk. The future of finance will be shaped by AI, but the most successful players will remember that the ultimate goal is to serve human needs safely and reliably. The balance between machine intelligence and human judgment will be the defining challenge of the next decade. In the race to reshape finance, leaders will pair agentic AI with human judgment and own the future.